Good evening. I'm so glad you found yourself here. For this late night reading, I will be bringing forth messages for those with Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio in their chart. Please feel free to take anything I say here as a token. I trust that you will use your own intuition as your primary instrument of measurement for resonance. Leave behind what does not reverberate. By listening to this audio, you become part of my reality, and I become part of yours. The messages contained within are timeless. Your future self is looking at you right now through your memories. If you are driving, please save this for a later time, as you may slip into slumber at the sound of my voice. All right, my lovely water signs. What does Spirit have for you this week? I thought I would start off with you guys because I do have water in my chart. All right. So here we have the number 31 card, which is Stop Breaking Agreements. This is from the Mystical Healing deck. Really nice imagery on this deck, kind of classical Renaissance painting type of feel to it. So Stop Breaking Agreements is the card that we're working with this week, the energy that we're working with this week. With Mars coming out of retrograde, this is a really good point in that now we can start moving forward. Maybe you were putting things off because you didn't have any energy. Maybe you were just straight up breaking your promises to people, or even breaking promises to yourself. Neither of those things are good in the short term, and they're definitely not good in the long term because you're not really helping your own case here. So stop breaking agreements this week. And that's also a sign to become more conscientious about the type of agreements that you're making, the type of promises that you're making. What is the reasoning behind why you're making these promises, agreements, contracts, blah, 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 blah? What's the driving force behind them? Because if that isn't solid, then you're not really going to be building anything on top of that flimsy foundation. So yeah, stop breaking agreements. And then we have, I'm going to pull one from the Kuan Yin deck as well. So we have the Sisters of the Rising Sun. You are a highly creative being with the ability to help raise the vibration of consciousness on this planet through your creative projects and dreams. Remain open to other souls joining forces with you, just like the Sisters of the Rising Sun, who bring great energy to help humanity through their group endeavors. When you allow for aligned group effort, wonderful things can happen. I see this connecting back into the stop breaking agreements thing, because you are working with third parties. I feel like you will be working with third parties, or you have been in the past, and you've just not stepped up to the plate. And you need to be aware that these people who are joining your cause, or believing in you, believing in your abilities, and looking to work with you, you need to be conscientious of their needs as well. This isn't just a one-sided thing this week. All right. Just gonna move on to the straight up. We have two cards that just fell out. We have the Seven of Swords and the Chariot. So this is saying to me that even though you're working in a group environment and it's going to move pretty fast, there's somebody who's going to take advantage of the fact that you were breaking these agreements. You might just need to lay it out for them, set the record straight on why the agreements were being broken, because they just look like they're going to undermine any sort of progress that you're going to create together with this, going back into the past and saying, well, you did this and you didn't deliver. That was then, this is now. You will have to prove your worth, but don't let this person's perspective overtake your truth of what is actually going on. So I don't know why you've been breaking agreements. I just need some clarity on that, please. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups reversed and the King of Cups reversed. So you're going through a little bit of emotional turmoil. It's kind of behind the scenes, a lot of water energy. My water signs are really dealing with some mental distortion here. It could be like stemming back to these agreements. Maybe those agreements weren't in your best interest and you haven't delivered on them and you're just too afraid to say your piece. But yeah, you need to be clear. You don't need to go into full detail with this person who might be trying to undermine the whole project or what you're trying to achieve, but, you know, set the record straight that you are going to be different. Things are going to be moving forward. We've got the Chariot there, so there is a lot of movement. And we also have the High Priestess here. Again, the Moon, water elements here. You're really going to have to be in control of your emotions. Your intuition will guide you, but I feel like you're just being flooded by something that's just overtaking your priorities, or what should be your priorities. This could also be like self-sabotage. You know, it says, we looked at the card Stop Breaking Agreements, and I'm seeing it as like a group effort just because the Sisters of the Rising Sun came up, but it could be a personal sabotage where, you know, you're kind of, you're not being harsh enough or critical enough on yourself of the responsibilities that you had versus what has distracted you. And I know that sounds a little bit harsh, but emotions can be distracting and they can lead us away from what we're trying to achieve. So just be mindful of that. I'll just do the Hermetic. What energies have we got? We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. So fire energy, Eight of Wands, Mercury, the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter. So going forward, you're going to have a very philosophically based mind, I'm seeing. You're going to maybe look into a little bit of psychology, how to overcome mental fatigue, mental battles. And this is going to spark a whole new chapter of being in control, being that the master of the Chariot and moving forward with complete confidence. The Wheel of Fortune is very interesting. This hiccup that has happened just seems to be part of your whole process. It was meant to happen so that you can uncover new skills, a new way of thinking, a new way of managing your own thoughts. It seems pretty good to me. And the Thoth deck, Knight of Swords and the Seven of Swords again. Okay, so this card is labeled futility in the Thoth deck. So resistance is futile in this respect. You have to accept it is what it is and to move forward and not to resist the fact that it has happened or deny. Denial will just, it's not going to be good. If you start denying, especially if someone comes to you and is kind of questioning you or feel like you're in between a rock and a hard place, you're really not. You just need to take responsibility for what you've done. Like I said before, what you've done, what you haven't done, acknowledge it, and then, you know, have a plan moving forward of how you're going to tackle this if it happens again in the future. And the Knight of Swords, yeah, I see this as a third party. They're going to come in and try and cut you, essentially. They're going to, whether this be a boss, yourself, this, if it's not a third party, this is going to be a very back and forth battle, I feel like, in the mind, because we do have Mercury in here. We've got some swords and we've got a lot of emotion. So it's either a third party outside is going to confront you about your responsibilities that you have been neglecting, or you're going to have a kind of an internal battle about the whole situation. I would like some clarity on how to overcome this situation, because I feel like you're stuck in a paradox here, and I really don't want you to be stuck in this position for much longer, because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to me at all. All right. Two of Wands reversed. Knight of Cups reversed. Page of Swords reversed. Okay. This is a dark night of the soul. I hate to say, this is not a good outlook. There's a lot of dishonesty here, and the fact that the Seven of Swords came up twice is not really comforting to me. You're going to have to reconcile this situation with yourself, and whether it's you need to apologize or you just need to completely leave the whole situation, because it's not working. It doesn't look like it's working to me. Whatever it is, the Sister of the Rising Sun, again, coming back, joining forces with people. Maybe these aren't the right people. You're trying to force a square into a triangle, essentially, is what I'm seeing here. And the Wheel of Fortune, we have that Jupiter energy in here. So this is what I'm seeing from this whole scene, is that this particular struggle that you're going through is all part of the stepping stone into something greater for you. Yeah. See, this is why we need clarification cards, because this just went completely different. This is not working. You need to listen to your intuition and get those emotions in check, and then you will be able to move forward to a more positive space, because I don't see this working. Whoever it is you're working with, or whatever agreements that you were breaking, I'm not sure. This is really, it's very watery. It's very unclear. Let's just do, I have this Druid deck that I'm just going to use for a little bit more clarification. Alright. Alright, we have the High Priest. So we have the High Priestess here and the High Priest. So you need to start listening to those higher energies, because they know what's going on. They know what's up. And maybe you wanted this to work. You wanted this whole situation to work, and you were making promises, you were making contracts, and you really, really wanted this to work, and you're kind of lying to yourself in the fact that it's not working, and you're trying to push it because you don't want to be seen as a failure. You don't want to be doing this, but it is what it is. You don't want this to be the outcome. You don't want to leave on this note, let's say, with all these people, waiting on you to give. Princess of Cups. Yeah. So, yeah, this just tells me that you need to get in control. You're a little bit out of control. Whatever the situation is, your mind is not at its best. Your emotions are very roller coaster-ish, if that's a word, roller coaster-ish. You're not thriving here. These people that you're working with, you're not thriving. Can we find better people? We have the Prince of Swords here. Yeah, we can. We can find better people. Which, in this deck, the Prince of Swords is the Knight of Swords. So we have the two Knight of Swords here. The first one from the Thoth deck was the person who's coming in with the Seven of Swords to point the finger, point the blame, that sort of thing. And here we have the Prince of Swords upright. So, yeah, you need to go find your people. Find that dream team. You know what I mean? King of Pentacles, yeah. As soon as you make this change, you'll be in a really good position. Financially, you'll be in a good position. You'll be more stable. That's what I'm seeing here. That this this is just really messy. To put it bluntly, this is super messy, and I don't want to see you in this position any longer. It just seems really mentally draining, emotionally draining. The people that you're with are not on your side. They're not supportive at all. Yeah, and if you make this change, you will be going to a much more serene, calmer Princess of Cups. You're in control of your emotions. You're in control of the situation. King of Pentacles. You're more grounded, more balanced. I just like that for you. Yeah, so if you're thinking of changing directions, changing careers, changing friendship groups, I think this is a green light to go. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Go with your gut. You're already withdrawing yourself to begin with because you weren't delivering on these promises or agreements. So there was some reservation there. You know, you're holding back, whether it's because of your own shortcomings or you just weren't vibing. Either way, yeah, you need to move forward. You need to get out of this situation. It doesn't look good to me. All right. I hope this reading was helpful to my water signs. If you liked it, please share and like this audio. Thank you so much.